Hello there traders, it's Paul here. In the next video in the Blackwell Global Welcome to Cryptocurrencies series, as Blackwell Global roll out their new and exciting cryptocurrency product range, we're providing you with a series of educational videos to enable you to make the most of this fantastic opportunity. This one today is focusing all about day trading strategies for cryptocurrencies. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment, but as always, let's begin with a quick risk disclaimer. Forex and CFDs are leveraged products and involve a high level of risk and can result in the loss of all your invested capital. Therefore, Forex and CFDs may not be suitable for all investors. You should not risk more than you're prepared to lose. Before deciding to trade, please ensure you understand the risks involved and take into account your level of experience. Seek independent advice if necessary. We do not warrant the effectiveness of these indicators. You use them at your own risk. So we're going to talk about day trading strategies within cryptocurrencies. Okay, so what are we going to discuss today in this particular session? Well, I recognize that some people will be watching this and have had a lot of experience in investing and in trading in cryptocurrencies, but also there will be elements of individuals who are completely new to both trading and cryptocurrencies. So the first few slides, what we'll do is we'll actually have a quick chat about what cryptocurrencies are, and then more importantly for this session we're going to focus into trading strategies, in particular day trading strategies. We'll also be doing a video on swing trading strategies, so keep an eye out for that on the next particular video. So, for those of you who are completely new to both trading and cryptocurrencies, what are they? What is a cryptocurrency? Well, I want you to think of it in terms of like a digital currency. Why is that important? Why is that sort of found its time and place? Well, if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, we're pretty much all mostly digital natives now. Our letters, okay, have gone to email. Our books and our films, we now download them. Our cameras, they're now on our phone. And our music, we've moved towards downloading it. Everything has gone digital, so why should a move towards a digital currency be any different? We now have the infrastructure to be able to make that happen. But what is it that makes this digital currency exciting and a fantastic opportunity is because it uses the encryption techniques to be able to A, regulate the generation of units of currency, and B, verify the transfer of funds. And that actually makes it an exciting, fantastic opportunity with amazing potential. And in many of the other videos we'll talk a little bit more about the sort of the technology and the security around that, but for today we're just focusing on how to trade them. But what does make it interesting to many people is that they operate independently of a central bank, which is one of the reasons why they are so popular and why that trend for their popularity has continued to grow and has actually sort of accelerated over the last year to 18 months. Basically, the companies that can provide these digitally encrypted transactions, they have become the new gold rush of this decade, in the same way that .com was in the sort of end of the 90s. The main one has been Bitcoin, all right, and in the last 18 months, that name has pretty much entered the sort of modern everyday lexicon. You might not know what Bitcoin is, you might not actually know how it operates, but you've probably heard people talking about it. Bitcoin is the sort of the totem pole, the main rallying point for the cryptocurrency world. But there's more of them that are coming, and we're going to touch on them in a little bit in a moment. What's interesting to remember about these digital currencies is that the blockchain upon which it sits can handle data transactions, more than just dollar values. It doesn't just have to be Bitcoin, and this is what's actually going to sort of accelerate the implementation of various types of cryptocurrencies. So the data we had was that the number of Bitcoin users increased from 10 million in November 16 to 18 million in November 2017. There has been a meteoric rise in value through sort of the end of 2016 through to now. Here we are as we into spring of 2018. And we fully expect that that number to increase. So Bitcoin is considered the cryptocurrency. What you'll find is all of the others are known as altcoins. And some of the really common popular ones are ones such as Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Dash, all of which are becoming available to trade as cryptocurrencies on the Blackwell Global MetaTrader 4 platform. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a few slides' time. What I think is fair to say is that the blockchain and the digital currency, they have got a bright future, which is all well and good, but what does that actually mean to us as traders? Well, as traders, we're just interested in knowing where's the opportunity. All right, where's the opportunity for us to engage in this, fantastic and exciting potential? Well, we can break this down into two simple ideas. You're either going to be an investor in crypto, or you're going to be trading in cryptocurrencies in one or two various ways. So why don't we take a little bit of a brief look at them both, so that the people who are completely new to trading in cryptocurrencies can start to build a picture of where our opportunity arises. First one is invest in crypto. You quite often hear them called as hodlers. Okay, you can understand, and you can sort of find out why that sort of term has stuck with the sort of let's say the crypto community. But in terms of the investing crypto, what lots of people were doing was looking to investigate upcoming ICOs, initial coin offerings, hoping to sort of get a piece of that new offering, and with the idea being that they're buying that at a very attractive price, in the hope that price basically that particular ICO does very, very well. But it can be very hit and miss. Okay, it can be a little bit fraught. Because you're not trying to work out which ones are actually going to take off and which ones will perhaps just go sideways. Or very often people would look to invest and hold in cheaper altcoins because Bitcoin was deemed to be too expensive. In kind of old world investing terms, what this was really equivalent of people looking to invest in growth stocks that will work out for them over time. And what they're looking to do is, those investors, they're not really too worried about the volatility that we have seen in cryptocurrencies, although that is debatable. If you want to think of it in terms of like sporting terms, think of it like a baseball player when they're investing in crypto. What they're looking to do is they're looking to step up to the plate and they're looking to hit a home run. That's what they're looking to do. They're hoping that ICO that they have invested their money in basically goes to the stars, and that invariably provides them with a fantastic return. As I say, when it works very, very well, but it can be a bit fraught and a bit hit and miss. Our other option is to be able to look at trading cryptos. Some people will trade those cryptos through a particular crypto brokerage, but what we're also finding is that we are now being able to sort of trade them as CFDs on the Blackwell global platform, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. What you realised is that a lot of these traders who were sort of trading cryptos, whether it be through a crypto brokerage or whether it's through the sort of the new CFD opportunity, they've been using momentum strategies. What they were looking to do is to hope to catch a breakout, then enter the market and hopefully ride that move to its next all-time high, which, when it works, has worked especially well. Though, once again, it can be a little bit fraught and it can be a little bit of a roller coaster. If you look at Bitcoin charts, and in fact most of the Bitcoin and altcoin charts for 2018, we'll be able to sort of see how that has been a little bit of a roller coaster ride, and we'll have a little look at that in a few slides' time. What has surprised many is that the charts and the technical analysis has worked well in these markets. The same technical analysis that people have been using for trading on their FX or equities or commodities has also deemed to be working very, very well within cryptocurrency markets. As a little aside, some of the people, because of that volatility, some of those people have been looking to trade things what they call compression triangle patterns, and that has offered lots of opportunity. And by all means, we'll have a little look at that as we look at the charts themselves. But today we're just going to focus on two real strategies for you that you can take away and start to look and implement in terms of day trading cryptocurrencies. So as we said, what has actually been working well? Well, actually very simple technical analysis has been working well, being able to identify levels of support and resistance, looking for the supply and demand in the markets or order blocks, and also in particular big round or big psychological numbers, at which point, then traders would be looking for a very simple price action trigger, and that's something you can actually have a particular look at. In particular, what we're looking at here we go, is a chart of Bitcoin against the US dollar, okay, and what we can see here is that I've just drawn in just a few simple levels of support and resistance, and not unsurprisingly, quite a few of those levels of support and resistance, they also align with big round numbers. So we're looking at 7,000, 10,000, 13,000, 17,000, etc. So just look at how Bitcoin, okay, reacts at those big round numbers. That is always something that is of use to a trader, to be able to understand where those particular levels of support and resistance are occurring on the charts. In particular, if we look at having had a little bit of let's say a challenging start to 2018, we can see that over the sort of the last month or so, as we do this video, we can see the price basically within Bitcoin, it rallied from $7,000 up to just underneath $10,000. There was just a nice $3,000 run there, just over a period of about a 3 to 5 week period. So, there are still some great moves. There is still some volatility there within cryptocurrencies, but also just the simple technical analysis has proved to work nicely again and again within all of the altcoins. And as an example, if we just look at here, this is Ethereum against the US dollar. Once again, just look at the sort of simple levels of support and resistance at levels like 1,300, 1,000, 800, and 400. And in the same way that Bitcoin had a nice rally there from 7,000 to 10,000, well, Ethereum has done very, very similar. We look at a rally there from $400 to $800. So I want you to start to think about how there might be sort of moves that involve correlation and co-integration between Bitcoin and the other altcoins, because that provides us an opportunity, and we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about that later on. So, we've just had a little look at a couple of charts, and we're going to look at it more on the MT4 platform in a few moments, but here's have a little look at an individual strategy. The first one we're going to cover across today, I'm just focusing on day trading strategies, and this is what we're going to call the Bitcoin pop strategy. It's a breakout strategy. We're looking at using the 5-minute chart, and what we're looking at is understanding that every day around about 7 a.m. GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, we get a move in the price of Bitcoin, and that can provide us with an opportunity. When the sort of price pops, that gives us an opportunity to sort of get on board and take a trade very, very early on in the session. So, here we have, this is just the chart. This is the Bitcoin US dollar on the chart on the Blackwell Global MetaTrader 4. And, what we have here is I've just drawn in a couple of little red arrows where we've been at, 7 a.m. Sort of GMT London time. And then we're looking to see, do we get a little bit of a move after it? Sometimes it can be just a small pop. Other times it can be the start of a good trend. But, what we want to do is be able to put ourselves in the position to benefit from that. So, what we're looking at is, as I said, just looking around about what happens, how does the price react around about 7 a.m. GMT. And what we can start to do, as I said, as a breakout strategy, is we can start to look to maybe place a buy on stop or a sell on stop to take advantage of this breakout, which is all well and good. But how can we do this, and what are Blackwell Global offering in terms of indicators that can actually help make this a more achievable aim to be able to trade this every morning? So, Blackwell Global have created 2 new indicators that used together create the Bitcoin pop strategy. What we have is called the Crypto Sniper and also the Crypto McGinley Dynamic Indicator. And I'll show you a little bit later how you can put them into the MetaTrader 4 platform and how we can utilize that to trade the Bitcoin pop strategy. So, the indicator number 1, the Crypto Sniper, this allows us to set a range on our charts. What does that mean? Well, actually, by sort of drawing in that range, the indicator almost gives us like a crosshairs on the chart. And what can be very useful for us is that the indicator can be used to calculate the percent movement of the previous session at the same time. And we'll show you this on in a slide or two, and also on the main platform. Then what you can look to do is you can specify the sort of minimum or maximum price levels that that are based on the indicator. So you might have a particular time session or a time period that you particularly want to sort of almost draw your crosshairs over to see how big the move is, so we'd be able to utilize that in our trading strategy. So what I've got here is I've just taken a screenshot. Once again, this is Bitcoin 5 minutes chart, and what we've set up is that the Crypto Sniper to basically look at 7 a.m. GMT time, and then to look back to 7 a.m. the previous day. And what the actual indicator does is it basically draws in the sort of horizontal and vertical lines to provide me with a quick view of the range of what happened during that, in my particular case, that 24-hour period. And I can start to get interested to see how price sort of maneuvered around the range before the 7 o'clock range before it fell, and also we can start to look at how it'll move as we move on during the particular session upcoming. What the indicator also does, if you look at the top left, is that it will also plot the percentage move during that period. And that can be very useful, if we're looking for particularly strong moves. That gives us an opportunity to sort of get on board and to actually stay with the trade and look for that momentum to continue. What we also use is what we call the Crypto McGinley Dynamic Indicator, which is part of the Blackwell global range of suitable indicators. So it was developed by a chap called John McGinley, not a surprise, in 1990, and it is a form of moving average. But why is that different from any of the other ones, like you'll see, like simple or exponential or weighted, etc.? Well, what McGinley thought was that the speed of the market is not consistent. It frequently speeds up and it also slows down. In that case, traditional moving averages fail to take account for this market characteristic. Something like a simple moving average is just plotted based upon the data. It doesn't take into account the actual speed of the market. The McGinley Dynamic Indicator solves this problem because it automatically adjusts its formula for the present speed of market. So here we have, you can see it just looks like a normal, simple, a moving average indicator. But what is important to us is that it actually adjusts the speed of the market. And that starts to give us, as always, indications of the direction. It gives us an indication of dynamic support resistance, and also gives an indication of when a particular market is speeding up or slowing down. So, using the Crypto Sniper and the Crypto McGinley Dynamic, we can start to build a trade plan. At 7 a.m., GMT, we're looking to identify the range and direction of the last 24 hours in Bitcoin against the US dollar. We can also look at, when we have a strong move based on that percent move. Remember, it's working that out for you. And the Crypto McGinley provides the direction of the breakout, and we're looking to trade the breakout with the stops above the recent swing point. So, what we have here is, this was at 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay, we have our Crypto Sniper draws in the range here, and it tells us that we had a strong move, the previous day, and you can see it there yourself. And what we also have is the Crypto McGinley Dynamic Indicator was pointing down and showing us that was the likely indication of our breakout. And hopefully you can see that the price did carry on, it broke out, and it actually ran down very, very nicely. And that's what we were just saying, is that that a lot of the people who are trading cryptos, they are looking for momentum strategies. They're actually looking to trade with momentum, and this is one that actually provides you an opportunity to basically get on board and trade in the direction of the momentum. So that was individual strategy number one, a momentum around about the early morning breakout. Second one is a little bit different because we want to be able to sort of give you, different types of strategies to basically use and test in your own trading. And this one is a co-integration strategy between Bitcoin and Litecoin against the US dollar. And we're looking at this on the sort of 30 to 60 minute chart. At Blackwell Global, with the new range of products, you're able to trade both Bitcoin against US dollar and Litecoin against the US dollar, and we'll show you that on the actual platform in a moment. But they are highly co-integrated, and that can be a benefit to us. So you might have, if you've not watched the sort of the video webinar archive where we did a piece on correlation and co-integration, you may need just a very, very brief reminder of co-integration. Think about it, Think about co-integration as almost like, as a human walking some dogs, And those dogs are on a leash, right? The dogs on a leash, they may wander randomly over brief periods of time. They may wander away, but they will always be close together on the same pathway. Where the dog walker is going is where everybody is going. And what you tend to realize is that the distance between them is fairly predictable, and so they are thus said to be co-integrated. And what that actually means is that provides us opportunity, and we'll just talk about how we can do that on cryptocurrencies on the Blackwell Global MetaTrader 4. So, as I said, we can utilize this on a 30 or 60-minute chart, and we're looking for co-integration between Bitcoin dollar and Litecoin dollar. And for this, we also have another Blackwell Global crypto indicator to use called the Crypto Compare. How does that work? What it actually does is it compares the RSI on up to 3 instruments, and that relationship between them gives us a hint of possible likely direction. And that's what we're going to utilize as we build a co-integration pairs trading strategy. So, here we have on the sort of the 1 hour chart here, and what we've got is we've put on the Crypto Compare indicator, and you can see that we've selected it for whilst we're on the Bitcoin against US dollar chart, we've also selected Litecoin against the US dollar as well. That's what we've been looking at, and what we're looking to see is hopefully you can see that there's areas of bulge, areas where where they are in terms of the RSI is different. Where there's a bulge, that provides us with that opportunity. Remember, we're talking about co-integrated, so what we're looking to do is we're looking for that relationship to retighten, to tighten, for them to trade back towards each other, and that is what offers pairs trading opportunities for people. When we see that bulge in the Crypto Compare indicators, we're just using a very simple pairs trading idea. We're looking to buy the lower instrument and sell the high instrument. And because of co-integration, we expect the instruments to revert to the mean. That is our trade. And that's what we're looking to do, just keeping very, very simple as a pairs trading opportunity. That's what we're looking to do. So, in conclusion for the slides, ladies and gentlemen, the use of digital cash, digital currency, is clearly on the rise. They are here to stay. And there have undoubtedly been volatile periods as these products experience growing pains. However, those growing pains also provide opportunities for those who are educated and prepared to trade those products in line with good cryptocurrency trading strategies. We talked about how technical analysis has worked well on cryptocurrency so far, and in particular what we looked at in terms of a couple of trading strategies was to look for early morning breakouts on Bitcoin, and then use the Bitcoin pop strategy, and then also the opportunity to do mean reversion pairs trading between Bitcoin and Litecoin against the US dollar. I hope you found that useful. I hope you found that interesting. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to try and transfer across to the Blackwell Global MetaTrader 4 platform. And what we'll do is we'll have a little talk about how these can be set up and how we can look and utilize them in our own particular trading. So, if you just bear with us a moment, we'll just switch across and start to have a look at some trading opportunities. Okay, so hopefully you're still all there with me. We can see this. We're on the Blackwell Global MetaTrader 4 platform. All right, it's just a standard MetaTrader 4 platform, but hopefully what you can see here, let me just make this a little bit bigger for us. Hopefully you can see here that at the bottom in the shaded blue, we now have all of the cryptocurrencies that Blackwell Global are going to be offering to ourselves, or to us traders as clients. So we've got a wide range of cryptocurrencies, from Bitcoin against the Euro, Sterling, and against the US dollar. We'll also have Dash, DSH against Bitcoin and against the US dollar. We will also have Americoin, and also we're looking at Ethereum. Ethereum against Bitcoin, against the Euro, and against the US dollar. We'll also have Litecoin against Bitcoin, against the Euro, against US dollar. We also have Ripple against the US dollar, Ripple against Euro, and then Monero as well against Bitcoin. So there's a good selection there of the major Bitcoin and altcoins, and we can have a little look about how we can utilize them and try and trade them. So, as always, as I said, we want to be able to utilize the fantastic suite of Blackwell Global MT4 indicators. I appreciate that some of you may not have utilized or been able to know how to put them into a new MT4 platform. by all means, if you have any challenges or any sort of technical difficulties, be sure to speak to your Blackwell Global account representative. They'll be very, very happy to help. But it's it's normally very simple. Okay, you're just basically just able to copy and paste the indicators. I'll just put that down, and then on the MetaTrader 4, you want to look into open your data folder. Should bring up. Then we're looking into our MQL4. Down to indicators, where hopefully you should see just the normal standard MQ4 MT4 indicators would reside. I'm just going to paste them in there, and then that should be it. Now for MT4, once you've put the indicators into the platform, you actually need to basically close the platform down very quickly, and then effectively bring it back up again. And with doing that, that will actually allow the indicators to be embedded into the platform, and then suddenly we can start to use them. Okay, so let's have a look down here. Let's just bring up. We've got a data window here. I don't need that for the moment, but what I do want to be able to see is that I have got the range of crypto indicators there, which we can see. So. We talked about the Bitcoin pop strategy, so why don't we have a little look at that? Okay, first, here we have. I'm just bringing up the Bitcoin US dollar. Okay, on the chart here, I have a crypto profile set up, and what we have, you can just hopefully just see it there. Okay, so we'll have that, and what I want to do is to basically to put this into place to see what would happen. We can see we've had a bit of a pop there today on Bitcoin already. So if you remember, what we wanted to do is we want to bring in the crypto sniper, and we want to just invariably ensure that we have all the correct details in place. What we normally do is just I want to set it for the correct time. So I just want to be able to sort of make sure that we're showing the right time for us. So excuse me, we're just looking at 700, and then what I also want to do is I want to actually look back for the next 24 hours. So I'm actually, that's 1440 minutes move backwards, and just make sure that it's all in place, and then we can hopefully just start to see it as it will build itself up. Okay, so we can have it here. There we go. Just needed to basically to set it up, but what we can see is that it'll pick up on our times, and then invariably what we look to do is to just need to reset that a little bit. So, I have the crypto sniper indicator on there just to put in. You can actually see that you can adjust these settings to choose yourself. I've got it set on for basically for this morning, for what would be 7 a.m. GMT. The remember MT4 is 2 hours ahead of that at the moment, and then I'm also looking to see 480 minutes move ahead. Okay, what can I look for in terms of that full session? That how did it trade through that? So once I have that in place, then I'm able to see, as you can see, it will just draw on that grid for me, and it'll also talk about what the percent move was, and we can see that. But that's all well and good. But actually, what I'm really interested in is this McGinley dynamic indicator, and that's more interesting. And what we can see here, as I said, it's a moving average that basically speeds up with time. And what I'm particularly interested in is, as we were talking about, is here we are. This was the sort of for 5 minutes. Okay, this was a 5-minute chart here at what would have just closed at 7 o'clock. And where were we when at 7 o'clock this morning? Well, actually, we were beneath the moving average, and the price rallied up, and then basically the moving average told us which way we were likely to move forward. And so that's a case of trading the breakout of this particular area with our stops above the recent high, and then we can see this morning we had quite the move down on that. So that's how to look at using the Bitcoin pop strategy in the morning, and you can, as I said, you can utilize those Blackwell global indicators to invariably to adjust them for your own particular settings, what particularly works for yourself. The other one that we wanted to have a look at was the co-integration between Bitcoin and Litecoin, and I'm just going to look at that now. I'll just bring up a new chart for this. Okay, we can just have a very simple template that I'm able to use. I'm just going to put this on the 30-minute, maybe the 1 hour chart here, and we'll zoom out. And then for this, what we're looking to use is for the compare indicator, the crypto compare indicator. We can just place that on there, okay, just very simply set up. And what I want to do is, I'm just going to make this as big as possible. And it comes with a setup, already, but this is the fantastic element of it, that you can actually just change that to invariably to work out what is best for yourself. So here we have, we want to effectively have a look at Bitcoin versus the Litecoin. So that's what I'm just going to make sure that has a double in there. And we have the Litecoin. I'm just going to make the Litecoin with the sort of the colours of that little black. Hopefully that might just make it a little bit more clearer to see. And there we go. I'm hoping that will. There we go. So what we're looking at, this is a Bitcoin chart. Remember this this indicator that is comparing where are those two instruments on their RSI 14, and what we'll be looking for is as a case of it's a pairs trading opportunity. So when we look at here, I'm particularly interested in, I'm just going to sort of draw on areas here, okay, where we have, what we can see here is, this is the Litecoin here, okay, is to the north side, and Bitcoin is gone to the south side. We can see there's a bulge there, okay, and when we see that move is happening as such, what we're looking at is as an opportunity to basically just to pairs trade back towards it. So what we'd be looking to do is we'd be looking to sell Litecoin there, okay, at the same time buy Bitcoin, and once we saw the sort of the prices come back towards together, moved back towards, remember, because of that co-integration, well then we'd actually be looking to work on that to that would be our trade. Once we so we're always looking to sort of effectively to sort of sell the higher instrument, buy the lower instrument, and they will come together, and that's what we're particularly looking for, is in terms of the co-integration strategy. And you'll see, as you go through that, you can see there actually as we look today, there's not really much of a bulge there. There's not really anything happening there. Well, that's absolutely fine. What it is just being able to, when we do get those bulges, okay, when there is a big difference, that's when we're actually looking to sort of to jump upon that trade. Anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into some day trading ideas that you can use for cryptocurrencies. By all means, be sure to check out the new Blackwell Global Crypto Indicators. And if you have any problems, then be sure to sort of ask for support from your Blackwell Global account representative, and they'll be very happy to help. I wish you the best success in your own trading, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks.